start by making a formal request to the media post team. I'd like to have a walk-up song next time. My thought is, first and foremost, Rick Ross Hustlin'. That would be mine. I don't know why the MLB players don't do it, but that would be my song of choice. So nice to meet you all. I'm Shannon Murphy. I've been in the restaurant space for almost 7 years now, Smoothie King the last 2, and I was at Jack in the Box for 4.5 before then. Shout out to my girls in the back. So who is Smoothie King? Who has heard of Smoothie King before in this room? Wonderful. We don't have any west of Las Vegas. We are centralized mostly on the East Coast and then Central Time Zone, based out of Dallas. So we were founded 51 years ago by Steve Kunow and his wife with the intention of wanting to live a healthier lifestyle. It was the first juice bar in the United States that he created and opened in New Orleans. In 2003, 30 years later, we expanded internationally, mostly in South Korea with 130 locations. And then in 2012, Won Kim, who was the largest franchisee and the sole franchisee in South Korea, approached the Kunows and said, hey, I want to move to the States with my family. I love the vision and mission of Smoothie King. I want to buy the brand. So he came to the States, bought the brand, and 10 years ago, we moved headquarters up to Dallas. Earlier this month, we opened our 1,200th store in the United States. And what makes us different than some of the other brands in the space is our clean blends and our no-no list. So if you know our menu and if you've experienced our menu, we very much have a curated by purpose menu. So we have a feel energized category. We have vegan smoothies, keto smoothies, manage weight, get fit, anything that can help guests personalize their fitness journey and health journey, whatever that may be. And when I say whatever that may be, it's literally. So 2 weeks ago, we launched the first ever QSR GLP-1 support smoothie category. 1 in 8 people are now on some sort of a GLP-1 supplement or medication of some kind. And so we took that as an opportunity to lean into our purpose and our vision of supporting guests and being that integral part of their fitness journey. So a GLP-1 support menu, for example, was the right next step. We launched it in 2 weeks. We launched, and then we said, oh, we should probably have a media plan for this. But it goes into our clean blends support and having a no-no list that keeps us true to ourselves with things like our whole fruits and organic veggies and all that. So I came on board 2 years ago. We had a white label app and loyalty program that was going to be deprecated, and so I came on board to kick out the old and bring in something new. So there was 4 parts to the task. One was to decouple the app and the loyalty program. We were using a company called Level Up. Don't even exist anymore, I'm pretty sure, and they were bought by Grubhub a couple years ago. So one was, let's create a custom front end and build an experience that can bring our vision to life. And then the other was to power that with a loyalty platform that is much more scalable and has the ability to do customizations that we weren't able to do with Level Up. With that also, because we had a loyalty program before, if you had our old app, we needed to get you over to the new app. So we didn't, for privacy purposes, we don't store passwords and all that. So we had to put together a plan to say, hey, guest A, you have this, we're gonna bring you and educate you to bring you along the journey to get the new app. And then our OLO menu, because we had so many restrictions in the old app, we were unable to do our curation to the fullest extent. We couldn't do as many customizations as we wanted in the app, and there wasn't a lot of transparency to the guest of what you were adding and what it was doing to your smoothie. And then gift cards. We have always been with GiveX, but on our old app, you could have $5 gift cards. We wanted to consolidate that and have one experience in the new app. So a lot of tasks. Don't know what I was thinking when I said yes to this role, and we just kept going forward. So as you can see here, I added screenshots. If you know the brand, you know that we live and breathe the vision and mission. The menu on the left, it could be any smoothie brand. It is not us. It doesn't reflect who we want to be, who we are today. And on the right, you can see we pull through a description. We pull through fresh ingredients to help dissect what's actually in the cup and what you're going to be putting into your bodies. The old app was very disparate in the experience. We had Olo white label serve on the website and a clunky, janky app that, again, we had no ability to do any customization on. The customer journey was extremely unintuitive. We had double the steps to get you to checkout that we have today, and the lack of transparency in the cart was frustrating not only to ourselves but to our customers. You didn't really know what you were going to be paying until you submitted your order and oh, there's my discount applied to the order. So the new app, we wanted to unify the channels and streamline that experience. So whether you're looking at our menu on a third-party delivery platform, or you're looking at it on our website or our app, you know that it's Smoothie King and it feels jointed. And then being able to better support our mission. You know, you can now cover the Smoothie King logo on the top of our app and be able to identify it as being a Smoothie King app. And then streamlining that experience, right? Unifying the channels and being able to become that integral part in your life and go beyond the transaction. We can all sell online. We can all skip the line. That was 4 years ago. So how do we create an experience that provides value and not just getting you a smoothie in your hands quicker? So art of the possible. We hired a company called Bounteous that is a full-on design and dev shop. We went through various rounds of art and we landed on this vibrant and fresh concept. So as you can see, it's pulling in that active and healthy lifestyle. It's pulling in fresh ingredients, leaning into our brand colors, and seeking a balance between educational and purposeful. And so one of the things that we thought about when we were getting ready to set up our plan for migration and development and design is it's a lift and shift. We don't want to go ham and rogue and make this MVP and bite off more than we can chew. So we wanted it, what we have today, we want to be able to provide tomorrow with maybe some slight improvements. And so there was 5 key things that we focused on to create that fresh look, but also provide incremental value to what we had before. So banked rewards is one of the first things that we did, where instead of having multiple $2 rewards that are earned based off your points balance, consolidate that into one. So instead of four $2 rewards, you're just going to have $8 that you could use at your leisure. So help unify that experience and allow you to have one redemption. Something that falls directly in our vision and mission is the dynamic calorie counter. So what that allows you to do is as you add almond butter or bananas to your smoothie, your calories and your size is going to update to truly reflect what's exactly in your cup and what your customizations are doing to the smoothie that you're building. And then Blender Bucks. This is one of the biggest improvements that we've made, and this is the consolidation of those gift cards. So if you had $5 gift cards in the old app, this is consolidation of those bucks into a $125 gift card, providing a new gift card value on the back end, and then shipping it off into the new app. It also allows you to load dollars and have that stickiness with the guest to bring you back into the app. And then an updated QR code. What we did here was we were one of the first customers with Par and Punch to build single scan flow. And so in the old app, you'd have a QR code if you wanted to scan to earn when you were in store, but if you wanted to scan, earn, and pay, that was a different QR code. So flipping back and forth was a headache. It made no sense. And there was a lot of customer issues, as you can imagine. So now we have one QR code that you toggle on and off if you want to pay or if you just want to scan to earn and use a offer. And it is updated real time. It processes directly with Par on the POS and has simplified this experience immensely. And then the ability to look up guests on the register. Whether you're looking up an email or a phone number, if a guest doesn't have their phone, we can help streamline that experience for a guest and not just, here's your receipt, add your points later on. So lift and shift with a couple new sexy features, and we were off to the races. And so here's a screenshot of some of those experiences that we just talked about. On the left is that reward balance that we've banked into a consolidated fund. And then the dynamic calorie counter as you're updating and adding your customizations, what that is doing to your smoothie. And then the consolidation of Blender Bucks, whether it's gift cards or stored value. And then the beautiful new QR code. I don't think anyone's ever called a QR code beautiful. that is now unified on the last screenshot here. So our launch goals. At the time of launch, we were 40% digital sales. So we knew that turning off the app and plugging in a new app, it was going to impact us. So how do we mitigate that dip when we unplug the old app, plug in the new app, and not piss off our franchisees and still keep our jobs? And then streamlining that guest experience. If you had the old app, how are we going to get you into the new app? Through education, through offers, and through the right communication touch points. And then ensuring team member training was over 80%. We can do all we can on the digital team to be able to drive that traffic into stores, but if guests are having issues or if they're unable to get into the new app, our job isn't going to be easy. So what was our communication plan to be able to get us there? So we worked hand in hand with our operations team to create both a store-facing comms plan as well as a guest-facing plan, and all communication started 2 weeks out. So on the store side of things, we launched a training course, and we did videos, we did tests, we did everything we could to ensure that team members understood what was so great about the new app, how to download it if you were a new guest, or how to migrate if you were an existing guest. And then we created a slew of back-of-house communications, FAQ guides, quick tips and training manuals, anything that we felt that was going to be helpful for them to be able to use the app themselves, but then support the guests in their individual journeys in getting there. There was team meetings and signage galore around the stores. We also did some hype videos, probably where I'm getting my Rick Ross song in my head from. And then being able, the week of launch, working through in-store comms, so getting our chalkboard signs up, being able to have pre-recorded messages on the drive-thru, any place that we knew that was going to be an opportunity to tell guests about the new app and or help them and guide them through the process, we made sure that we were ready and able there. And then from a guest-facing perspective, 2 weeks out, we set a teaser video out, and it was, get excited, this is coming. We didn't do any dates in case we had a no shit at the end and we didn't know if we were going to move it. We weren't holding ourselves to any promises out there. And then we did a new app coming soon teaser in the app as well. And then a week prior, when we felt better about things, we did a save the date and what to expect. So we highlighted key changes that were coming and then some of the benefits of the new app. And then we were off to the races. Monday, February 19th, will live in my heart forever. It all started on Sunday afternoon. It was the 4 folks on the digital team, 2 folks from IT, 1 guy from finance. That's it. We came to the office, and we were wearing Snuggies. We had wine, and we waited for our partners. No joke, no joke. We waited for our partners. Bountyist came on site, as did our POS vendor, and we were off. So we turned off digital at 3 o'clock on Sunday. We typically close our Sunday stores earlier that day anyway, so we knew that we were going to have a little dip of sales, but from 3 p.m. on Sunday until 9 a.m. on Monday is what we were planning to get everything done by. So for any guests that came into stores during this time, we did have a $1 off button on the POS to be able to support them and not hinder that experience too much. And then we, in the old app, had an under maintenance banner. So if you did open the app and you were trying to order, you weren't just lost in the dark on why you couldn't order. And then when we pushed live in the new app on the day of, we just held our breaths and started waiting for the registrations to start. We had FAQ and troubleshooting guides available for the stores. We had a takeover on our website. A new app available banner was live in the old app. And we had a how to migrate email with steps outlining every step a guest had to take to be able to get from the old app into the new app. And then we had a slew of offers, starting with a BOGO for migrated users. So if you had the old app, we were incentivizing you to download the new app with a BOGO offer. And then if you were a net new guest in general, it was a $3 off your entire purchase offer. And so here's a couple comms examples of what we did. On the left is our coming soon in-app teaser banner. And then in the middle is our teaser email of kind of this is coming, get excited, we want to satisfy your cravings, and then coming soon. This was the save the date email that highlighted some of the key changes and benefits that the new app was going to offer. And then launch comms. On the right is our little bit text-heavy email. We trimmed this down immensely, but with the 7 steps for how to download the app. At the end of the day, if you had a Yahoo app account on the old app and you had $2 in banked rewards and $10 in a gift card that was stored, and you migrated over to the new app and you used a Gmail, we're not smart enough to know that your Yahoo and your Gmail are connected. And so if you had that Yahoo account before, we wanted to make that as easy as possible for you to follow the steps that were appropriate for you when you downloaded the new app and you used that Yahoo email, that your $10 gift card was there, and that your banked rewards and your points and your status, if you were a champion member, was also there. And then on the left is one of the cheat sheets that we had in store to help guests with downloading the app and team members to have a place for them to reference guests for. Here's a screenshot of the offers that we launched. We did a very aggressive 30 or 60-day offer list and calendar for it. We limited the redemption. The first one was only for 3 days, and then everything else was a week. Our typical welcome offer has been historically 30 days. Don't ask me why. It's one of those, it's always been this way kind of thing. And then here's a screenshot of the offers at the bottom. And then the results. So as I mentioned, we were 40% of sales, of all sales, digital was prior to launch. We have, at the end of P10, surpassed that by 2%. So it's exciting to see what's going to happen in the last 2 months of the year. We do have our biggest promotion coming up for the month of December. 3rd annual is going to be this year for SK Slays the Holidays. Slays like Santa slays, not slay girl. And then we've had nearly 3.5 million downloads on the app. And then we did hit 86% of team member training at the time that we launched. So key learnings, inform, repeat. People don't read, very simple. We had 1,500 customer cases within the first 8 hours of launching. So again, nothing was broken, but you would have think the world was on fire. So tell them what you're going to tell them what you told them, repeat. Fall forward. I forget who said it yesterday, but fall fast and fall forward. That's exactly what we lived and breathed throughout this entire experience. Being such a small team, I should have mentioned too, we did all this without a CIO. So it was a lot of undertaking and a lot of fake it till you make it and just figure it out. And then partner accountability. We have a fantastic team of partners. Being such a lean team, we had no choice but to rely on them, bring them on site. They were there for the full first week to make sure that we were standing up and ready to go. And then Hannah, who is a coordinator on my team, has a term of protect your peace. At the end of the day, we're just selling smoothies. It's not that deep. We'll get through it, and we might have those moments where we break down and need another glass of wine, but at the end of the day, we were all about protecting our peace and making sure that we were in it together. And I think that's it.
Awesome, Shannon. Thank you so much. I'm going to need you to come up with like a Slay Girl smoothie sometime next week because it's too good to pass up. Any questions for Shannon? Yes.
Hi, Allie Rooney from Dairy Queen. For the people that didn't convert from the old app to the new app, what did you do with them? Did you keep them in your database and still try to nurture them? Or at a certain point, did you decide, okay, if they hadn't converted to the new app, they weren't our core group of customers?
It's a great question. So Smoothie King and smoothie business in general is very seasonal. Not a lot of people want a smoothie when it's a blizzard outside. So knowing that we launched in February, we've wanted it to get to almost that 1 year mark. We're planning on going through the end of the year to see how many we can pull over. We did bring our entire database over, regardless of any activity that you ever had. So the intention is we are doing trigger campaigns still to this day based on your past purchase behavior in the old app. We're going to see how it goes through the end of the year. We've gotten progressively richer with our offers during the year, thinking if $2 off won't satisfy you, let's try a free angel food smoothie. So we're going to see where we are at the end of the year, and then we're going to cut it because that essentially has been 1 full year of inactivity. And at the end of the day, we have to remove your points and we have to remove any banked rewards just legally by our terms and conditions. So at that point, if we expire those, there's nothing to migrate. You're just an email address without any transactional data. So it'll be an easier conversion for them to download the app as a net new guest.
Joey Dre Subway. What impact did your guest frequency have into the decisions that you made for your communications plan and the rewards that you gave after you launched it?
Good question. So I would say that the only separation that we did was between champion members and non-champion members. Our frequency between them is once a month versus once a week. So we didn't feel the need that we had to incentivize or discount our champion members more because we know that the love is there. We're feeling it. So I think besides that, it was all based off of email or CRM performance. So non-openers re-hitting them, those that clicked but didn't convert to a migrated user, we did emails for them. So it was based on member status type as well as email performance and engagement rates.
Do we have any other questions for Shannon?
Hi, Ryan Snecki, BB Bop. I am a champion.
Wonderful.
Yes, but you got rid of the cherry tart or blueberry tart cherry activator. Super sad day.
I'll give you some recommendations.
Thank you. So I know you have the champion and then you have another level. Have you ever thought about adding more levels to kind of incentivize folks like me that want to be in the top 1%?
We have, and to be honest, we had such a lack of visibility with our old app that we've wanted to have a year or two under our belts with Punch and really having better access to data to see what's working, what's not. We didn't want to change too much at once and then know, well, was it the third tier? Was it the point structure? What was it that impacted sales or didn't impact sales? So we intend to, but not yet.
More? Hold on, I saw two hands. Okay, last question.
Jane Stigler with Jollibee. I am very passionate about gift cards for all the years I've been in the gift card business. You seemed very excited for the reload, preload, adding that to your app. What expectations has it met? And do you have any idea of what it will do going forward?
Oh, that's a great question. In terms of expectations, we didn't have any. I'll be very transparent there. I think we're still trying to figure it out. We have seen an increase in some fraud attempts, as I think probably all of us have in the industry. It's going rampant right now. And so I think we're trying to lock that down more and add things like MFA and some of the other options that are out there before we really lean in and promote it. It's been quietly there and we're letting it grow, but until we feel really, really comfortable that we can go out and promote it, we're gonna kind of drag our feet on it a bit.
Shannon, thank you so much.
Hey, Shannon, I just want to recognize, Shannon, you were at our very first QSR Summit in Scottsdale, and you were the only one in this room other than Sandy who was there, which is pretty amazing. Says a lot about either you or our conference. I don't know what that means, but thank you for being a loyal attendee and a great job up there.